Hello and welcome to my channel, and today I am going back to the future, part 3. I picked up this small Japanese model kit of the Delorean as depicted in the third film. So I'm going to build it up and create a little display base for it as well. First of all, let's check out what comes inside the box. Everything is in one little bag, and there are not many parts to this at all. There are two different build options. You can either build the Delorean from the beginning of the film or from the end of the film, and the only difference between them is the wheels. The main body has been cast in a silver plastic, so we can get away with not painting the silver. So we also have an excessive amount of tyres, the windows and 2 more sprues. So the first step, as always, is removing everything from the sprues and then cleaning them up. And for that I just use my tiny files. Unfortunately, removing the tyre from the sprues isn't as straightforward, as the rubber doesn't cut as neatly. And with that in mind, I chose to make the railroad version, because where we're going, we don't need rubber. There are quite a few areas which need painting black, so I'll crack on with that. Those include the thrusters on the back, windscreen wipers, bumpers, mirrors and other miscellaneous bits of detail. And next up, I prep the huge circuit board which goes on the bonnet, or the hood, depending where you're from. And I also add some paint to mix diffusion on the back, as well as painting the brake lights, indicators and headlights at the front. So continuing work on the large circuit board, I give it a wooden look, then go ahead and paint all the components, and those are done in black, silver, white and cream. Then I go ahead and add the wheels, and like I said earlier, these are the ones for the railroad track, so I don't need to add the rubber tyres. And there is a motor for the back. This is for the pull back action, and without tyres it is impossible to burn rubber. Instead it will just go zzz and move about 3mm, as seen in the following example. But I did not buy the kit for this amazing function. And now to push into place Mr. Fusion and the circuit board. And these are held into place by pegs, so they don't require any glue. Next I add a brown wash to the wheels and the underside, and this will represent dirt and some light rusting. And then I proceeded to do the same with the main body of the car, without forgetting to dab off the excess with a tissue. The windows are one solid piece, and that just clicks into place. And then finally both halves of the car can be pushed together. Now I'm just digging through my box of scraps so I can make a railroad track, so that way I can have a display base for the Delorean. So there are 3 main parts to this. There's the base, there's the 2 rails, and there's the sleepers. So this is the basic setup. At least I know everything fits. So I'm scraping away at the edges of the sleepers to make them look old and rugged. I also had a few score lines from where the wood has cracked. I give the rails a quick sand to smooth down the edges. Then using super glue, I assemble it all. I just have to take it steady to make sure I don't misalign anything, because once it's glued, it's staying put. use some brown shoe polish to paint the wood, and this also works as the base colour for the ground. And using some black paint, I give it a nice neat edge. After that, I apply a few random grass tufts, and any piece which is a little bit too big, I cut in half with a knife. I covered the whole base in PVA glue, being as careful as possible not to get any on the sleepers. And then using an old brush, I spread it around. I drop on a few of these gravel pieces to act like rocks. And for the remaining areas, I sprinkle on some fine sand. Then all that is sealed in place and left to dry overnight. And last thing to do is to glue on the train tracks. And I use some Gorilla Glue for this because it's got more grip. Plus this stuff also dries clear. And with it having such a long drying time, I've got plenty of time to make sure it's all accurate. And that's my Delorean ready to go back to the future. I just hope it survived the journey across Eastwood Ravine. Personally, I get the impression that this kit is designed as more of a toy than a model kit. But still, I made the best of it. I must say the biggest inaccuracy on this kit is the large circuit board. It's too big and it's missing the straps holding it down. But other than that, it was a very low price kit and easily affordable to everybody. But now I just need to find some space on my shelf so I can get this little diorama on display. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.